and COVID is still very much around. Please, mask up, sanitize up, and vax up, please. I know there's people that are non-vaxxers, but sorry, not sorry. We all want to continue playing the games we love, so please go get vaccinated, wear your masks, and sanitize and be clean. And another thing to finish it off is, please, if you're liking the content, hit that bell, like, and subscribe. It'll help your boy out so much. Thank you very much. Peace. I hope you guys enjoy. All right, guys. This is the Peace Vibe Podcast, and today we're going to be talking about a number of things. Let's start off with our number one thing on this list, the Return of Flameblade. Now, what can I say about good old Flameblade? Real name Sebastian. I can say a number of things. This man has always been number one of Siwa. Always since Smash 4, since I started competing and everything. And he has always been the obstacle in my way to pretty much being number one in PR here in Siwa. That's the whole gist of it. He's our best player. Currently not anymore, but he held that title for maybe 5 years. So it was a very, very long time. Or 4 or 5 years, but like I said, very long time. But the Return of Flameblade coming back, he had done a 13-man local at Neos's Battle City tournament, one of those, and he placed first. I don't remember who he faced in Grands. His next tournament, though, was the one where we ended up meeting in bracket. It was another Battle City Neos tournament, and that one was crazy. I think our biggest Siwa tournament yet for coming back after COVID and stuff like that. 36 people. He ended up getting upsetted by the Muscle, which was really hyped to watch. And congratulations to the Muscle, because for the record, Muscle now has beaten everybody in Siwa after that day. He was only missing Flameblade to take a set off of him, and he's done it. He told me, I like it how he put it. He took a set from the big three, being Flameblade, myself, and KB. And yeah, Muscle's finally done it, so congratulations to him. But Blade, that did not stop him from reaching Grand Finals. He reached Grand Finals, he reset me, and he took home the gold that day. It was amazing to get to play with him again. No, just in the middle of that bracket, I was honestly man, this feels like Sunken vibes all over again. And if anybody doesn't know what Sunken is pretty much post-COVID, Smash 4, early Ultimate. That was our local that we went to in Tri-Cities. It does not exist anymore, sadly, because of COVID. But we, Taylor, TO of Sunken, when I started going, can tell you a little more about it as well. But anyways, yes, it gave me Sunken vibes. He's still really, really good. Just nothing had changed. It's just so crazy. He had dropped down a level. He didn't level down. He stayed the exact same. He's still very fucking good. Really good. He leveled up. He ended up beating me right there when I thought I had the upper hand, but I still lost. That day, I felt pretty defeated. A lot of pressure. No Johns or anything. The guy beat me, fair and square. No matter what I want to say, he did beat me. I do want to state for the record, though, the next time him and I meet in bracket, I'm honestly going to have to try to, I got to play on my A game, because if not, he is going to take it from me. It already happened once, so I got to be prepared for our next time. But I am very, very confident for our next time. Why? Because I know now really what to expect. After not playing him for a year, it was a little nervous. I was a little nervous, a little nerve-wracking, just because, a lot of people were it was just a lot for our little region. It was pretty cool to see Flameblade and I go at it again. But anyways, after that tournament that he took first, he was well on his way to reclaiming back his throne, not going to lie. In order to qualify for PR, you have to do 3 tournaments, 8 people or more, and they have to be PR legal tournaments. We have one local in Yakima called Game and Grog. That's actually a gaming bar. We don't count those only because not everybody can go to them. 21 and older, it's a bar. So besides Game and Grog, everything else pretty much counted if it had 8 people or more around Siwa. So that was his second tournament. I was keeping track of this guy. Second one in a row. He needed one more and he would have been on PR. He probably would have been maybe first if he would have won his third one, which we go on to his third tournament that he's done so far. Coming back to Siwa. Flameblade goes into Hermison Hitstun. I will talk a little more about that down the list. He goes to Hermison Hitstun in Umatilla. And, he's seeded second. I'm seeded first. The bracket starts. Everything seems pretty normal. Another huge upset in this tournament as well. ISD with Min ends up putting Flameblade in losers. That actually is very, very huge because ISD doesn't go to very tournaments. Well, I don't see him at very many other tournaments besides the Umatilla ones because he's a local from over there. So he goes to these tournaments, this guy, and just happens to just take out Blade. Just put him in losers real quick. I popped off. I saw that thing live, and I was like, no way, dude, Min. Oh, this character, dude. But anyways, big win. Congratulations also to ISD. Very, very good win. Solid win. So that happens. Blade's in losers. And he keeps going with this run. He keeps going. He's still doing it. Gets into top 8. But one thing that this tournament had was 2 PR players from Iwa. That's what made it difficult right here. They had Slushy and they had Fizmet. Snake and a Shulk. And Flameblade ended up meeting Fizmet yet again in bracket. And Fizmet 3-0'd him, I believe. I need to recheck that. But I'm pretty sure Fizmet 3-0'd him. After I put Fizmet in losers. Crazy. Honestly, Fizmet and Flameblade, that's from what I've known, their second set playing each other. And Fizmet took it again. Leaving Blade getting 5th at the Hermison Hitstun. Which is big. Why? Because this man was about to reclaim his throne. He was about to do it again. He was literally about to just come back and be like, yeah, I'm number 1 in PR. He was going to do it. But ISD and Fizmet stopped them that day. I really wanted my run back. I was super prepared, mentally prepared for it. But hey, things happened and I ended up beating Fizmet and Slushy. Both. Slushy again. I got to tell him that he put up a very good fight. I don't remember if it went. I don't remember if it went to game 10 or 9 or something like that. Super crazy. Last hit, and I ended up taking it with the dash attack. Barely winning the tournament, but it was very good. 2 big things. One being, defending from the invaders, and then 2 being for myself. And 2 being that Flameblade got 5th, only because that jeopardized my ranking in a sense. I'm keeping a sharp eye on him still. Tomorrow's another local. I expect him to be there. Crazy enough as it is, gonna roll down the window here, getting a little hot. Anyways, man. So yeah, the return of Flameblade has been very, very, very hot topic. He still got what it takes. Easily top 3 in our region still with. Top 3, top 5, and that's just because there is some other players in Seawall that have been showing up and stuff. So, minimum, he's top 5. That's at least top 5. But I still see him being top 3 material. He still got it. We'll see what the future holds. All right, my round 1 at Big Porch 4. Sorry about that little hiccup. Was I think Zakai. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. Zakai. I'm sorry. I know him through Twitter a lot. Really cool guy. This guy played Luigi. Took me to game 3, and it was really awesome. Not gonna lie. For my round 1, Oregon already was showing up right there for my round 1. So GG's to him. Penalty. I actually didn't know that this was the penalty from Twitter. The TO. If I would have known that, I don't know. It was early in the morning. I had an 8 and I really wasn't thinking. I was only thinking about the bracket. But penalty, my dude. Next time we gotta talk a little more. Please, we'll play some friendlies. We'll talk a little more and stuff. Mario player, 2-0'd him, and it was really cool to play him. If only I knew it was him, I would have talked to him a lot more. But for next time. Now going on into the next, which I believe was semifinals of the bracket pools. Viola. This player, Viola, came out of nowhere. And what I mean by that is like this set was pretty wild, because game number fucking 1, I 3-stock their Sheik. She chooses Sheik, and then I proceed to 3-stock it. So I'm like, okay. After the 3-stock, I'm like, all right, this seems like a solid win now. I felt, a little confident. Then they switched to Mennonite. And holy moly, was I in for a treat. Because, first of all, Viola, showed out really good with the Mennonite. I honestly do know how to play the matchup, and I didn't play it. I didn't play it right. Caught me off guard. Caught me sleeping. Super good player. They beat me, again, fair and freaking square. They double 2-stocked me the next 2 games, game 2 and 3. I was honestly, a little blown away, because I was like, whoa, this player, turned it up, 0 to 100 really, really, really quick. After getting 3-stocked and then reversing it to a double 2-stock is very impressive. So GG's to them, and I am looking forward to my run back on them, because now I know what to expect. And another thing another note in my head that I got to remember is not only for Oregon, but I'm going to say Oregon, or anywhere that I go that's out of region, really, they got some hidden players. Oregon has some really strong hidden players. It's crazy. Their player base, their player skills, or the more general, it's still really, really, really good. Still really good. And that's not even talking about their PR players or whatever. So Viola beats me 2-1. And then right there, sadly, I was a little salty to myself. I gave Viola the fist pump. I left. I was like, man, I can't believe I was not expecting I just was not expecting to lose that early in bracket. But congratulations to Viola. Now going on to my losers rundown here. Looking at it, let me look. I went up against Ruff. Now, I had seen this name floating around before. Samus Mario, I believe. And game 3 last freaking stock with Ruff. He was making the comeback. I barely won that set. Barely. It was a really good set. Barely won it. But still being in pools, playing these sweaty matches, I was like, damn, I really got to turn it up or something. I am getting just beat right now by everybody that I'm facing, and it wasn't good. I didn't feel good about it. It just sucked dropping these games back to back to back, losing the set, dropping these games back to back, and all that stuff. Before Ruff, actually, I went up against LGD Merp. I don't know if I'm even saying that right. They were a Bowser Jr., I believe, or a Wendy, I think. I don't remember what Koopa skin they used, but they were a Bowser Jr. player. I beat him in a pretty convincingly 2-0, and then that's when I went on to Ruff in that sweaty game 3, last hit, last stock. And then we come to Jared is King to get out of pools on loser side into top 16. Jared is King got upsetted by Biggie Mouth, which honestly I would barely consider an upset, only because it's on paper. Biggie Mouth is fucking good as heck. So, like, it didn't surprise me that Jared, like, lost to Biggie Mouth, which is crazy. But that was the upset right there, because Biggie Mouth was seated lower than Jared was. So here I go into Jared for another sweaty set. First thing this man does is he makes a name. He makes his controls and he puts the tag for Fizmit. Once I saw that, I just chuckled in my head a bit. I had a laugh in my head a bit. I'm like, man, that's honestly really, really cool. I like that. I really like that. The only Shulk players that I know, and I've talked to Fizmin about it, and hey, they watch each other's backs. They're the only players of all the PNW Shulk. Two Shulk players. Both fucking amazing. But anyways, puts for Fizmit. We get into our game one. I get him to last stock, but I don't even put a percent on him. I think he was on his last stock and he was at 0. Just playing super solid. Game 2, I think he 2-stocked me. 2-stocked me on the verge of losing the second stock, but he 2-stocked me. And then my run ended there, which was pretty expected because I've already lost to Jared is King before. But man, I know I can do it, but that matchup is just extremely hard. I can, it literally goes against, all my notes. Well, not notes, but, all my plans in Wario. This is just that particular matchup is the one where I can't do what I want. I have to play extremely patient. One thing I will note, though, about Jared is King is, no, he's extremely, extremely good, and he's already beaten me twice in a row. But I want the run back on him if I ever meet him again in bracket, and I know I can pull it off. I mean, I beat Fizmint's, but I know Jared's Shulk is a tiny bit better. They're literally about the same, but I think Jared puts up a little more results than Fizmint does. But still, both very good players. The big thing about this is I didn't really know how to counterplay him until I saw that set. Because I want to say Jared got double eliminated by Biggie Mouth. I think. I'm going to check that right now. I think he got double eliminated by Biggie Mouth. Yes, he did. Jared is King got double eliminated by Biggie Mouth. That's crazy, actually. Watching that second set, because I stayed until the very end, until Spade got that sweet knee on JDV. That was awesome to watch. Anyways, though, watching that second set, Biggie Mouth versus Jared is King, was sick. Because, let me tell you guys, Biggie Mouth, this guy right here, super smart. Super smart. He knew when to go in. Jared would throw out a move or commit to a move, and as soon as he would hit his shields or anything, boom, it was, right away a grab or a quick counter. Those little things, those little interactions where I wasn't doing, that Biggie Mouth was. Rob obviously with gyro and he got to all this other stuff compared to Wario, but it's the same thing because Jared approaches the same in all of his characters. So if I can find that just the right time where to punish him for it, it can really switch things in my favor. Obviously, there's a lot more than just that, but in neutral, I know that there's something that I'm missing in neutral against that character, because I feel like I can get the punishment, but when I try to get the punishment, I always end up taking damage for it. But seeing Biggie Mouth maneuver through his neutral was super sweet. It honestly gave me a very better understanding of the match. So Biggie Mouth, thank you. You probably won't even know, but thank you, dude. I actually learned watching you play him. So yeah, losing to Jared, getting 17th. Just one set away from making it out of pools. I was seeded to get 6th. This tournament was probably one of my worst ones yet. In about a little over a year, I didn't top 8. I've been top 8ing at all the offline events, if not winning them, except for this one. And this one was the eye opener. I kind of needed something like this in order for it to really keep on trucking, to keep on keeping on. That's just me. I don't quit very easily. If, I love being the underdog. If I'm losing, I got to try harder. I got to hit the lab. These people are just that good. I got to hit the lab. But, yeah, 17th place at this at Big Porch. Very fun tournament, nonetheless. I honestly really enjoyed myself. I need to remember that I need to eat or take some sort of snacks or something. Something actually that'll help. Because I did not eat my first meal that day until 9 at night. That's when I ate my first meal. I had one pizza slice before that. And I think like a breadstick, and that was it. To hold me up. But no Johns. I still felt like I played good. And both the players that I lost to, GG's, I am coming back for you guys. Viola, Jared is King, Swordies, Meta Knight, Shulk, I'm coming back for you guys. Honestly. But that wraps up that one right there. On to the next. Going down the list, Tri-Cities Tumble. This is a new... Now, for people who don't know what Tri-Cities Tumble is it's a new local in the Tri-Cities area, Pasco, ran by Whip. Really, really, really cool. Really cool series. Like, they're going above and beyond for this one. The venue's extremely nice. The recording setup's extremely nice. Everything about this is just extremely nice. Like, it's perfect. I honestly really like it. I honestly really like this local. Tri-Cities Tumble number 1. You know, it had 32 players came. Really good attendance. Keeping it in the 30s. I really hope Seawalk keeps doing that. But yeah, you know, it was the day after Big Porch. So getting 17th, the next day going to Tri-Cities Tumble. Now I'm going to pull up that bracket for me myself here so I can see what I'm looking at exactly. But I want to be able to tell you guys my bracket run real quick, because it was honestly very, very, very interesting. Some new returning players. Well, some old returning players. Sorry about that. Speaking of which, all right, guys. Okay, so I got a bye. My round 1 was Nundy, a player named Nundy, also known as Lucas 9. No one knew that Lucas 9 was coming. And he switched his tag to Nundy, and he got a pretty low seed. If they would have known it was Lucas 9, they would have seeded him a lot higher, and I probably would have not have fought in him my first round, which was winners round 2. So I 2-0'd Lucas 9. He didn't do too bad. He went Wolf, and I think Sethroth. He didn't do too bad at all. After Nundy, after Lucas 9, the 2-0, I went up against 3-bar. Really good Pikachu. Every time I see this man, he's consistently leveling up. So I really hope he keeps it going. And it's with Pikachu. Pikachu's just one of those characters that, for me, I feel like, personally, it takes a lot more, like, tech skill. You know, you're going to have to spend a lot more time with Pikachu to really, like, get used to him. But once you do get used to him, and once you get the Pikachu gameplay down, I think the reward is like really good. You know, you're putting a lot of work into it, but the reward is really good. But anyways, hope he keeps it up. I 2-0'd 3-bar. Game 1, I went Wario. Game 2, I went DK, and the DK was really fun. But I realized I'm not gonna go DK against 3-bar again, because, man, Pikachu DK is the worst. I could not touch the guy. He was comboing me like crazy. Next was winners quarters finals to get into top 8. I went up against Slane. I believe he went Game & Watch on me. I 2-0'd him. Congratulations to Slane, because Slane had beaten Johnny SQ to get to me right there. And after we 2-0'd Slane, we went into top 8. Into top 8, I 3-0'd Slayer. Slayer's still really freaking good. He is part of our PR. These guys are always coming out. Slayer and Bouncing Fish, they're always getting into top 8 all the damn time. And then winners finals. Now this is where like the 2-0s and the 3-0s stop. Winners finals versus Four Eyes was a nail biter. It's up on YouTube and stuff. Go watch it. Just skip to the very last game, and oh my god, Game 5 was crazy. I believe I had 170%. And let's just say after so much of this and that, I wafted him mid-stage at like 60 and won it. I was just like, oh my God. Never again do I want to be in a situation like that, but it will most likely maybe happen in the future. But damn, dude, it shaves off some minutes of my life from how nervous I was. No, I'm just kidding. But but I'm not kidding about it being really nerve-wracking. That shit was crazy. Anyways, so I make it into grand finals. During this, after the set with Four Eyes, I went into a Nick All-Stars bracket, and I went up against like 4 or 5 different people, and I ended up getting third on Nick All-Stars. So that was really, really cool. I may talk about Nick All-Stars here in the future and stuff. I am a Rem and Skimpy main. We will see. Probably talk about that in the near future, especially if I do another bracket. I'll talk about that. But yeah, I was doing a bracket, and I ended up getting third after I lost and got out of Nick All-Stars bracket. I went and did my grand finals against Four Eyes. Now this was a game freaking 10. He 3-2s me. The first set, he resets it, and then the reset was crazy because Four Eyes was about to 3-0 me in the reset. I was down 2-0. All I remember was like 2 things. One, I was wearing my sweater the whole time, and I'm like, all right, sweater's coming off. And the second thing I thought when game 3 of the reset started was like, what am I doing wrong right now? Like, what is it that like he keeps having the upper hand on me taking these games? You know, just that question, and then I started just rolling with it. And the next 3 games were like pretty convincingly, like 2-0s, I think. Or not 2-0, sorry, 2 stocks. I want to say all 3 games were 2 stocks, if I remember correctly. I need to fact check that. Don't quote me on it or anything. I want to say it probably was. I don't know where he probably lost steam. He was very tired too. I know that. But the fact that Four Eyes was 1 game away from taking the whole tournament was insane. GG's, dude. This guy. Oh, another big top dog player in Siwa that has been running it since the beginning. Well, since I've started playing competitively. Crazy. And that was the end of the very first Tri-Cities Tumble. I'm very happy to win the first one. That was big for me. I'm like, all right, at least win the first one. Come on. But man, Four Eyes he did not make it easy at all. Not make it easy. It was another nail biter. Really, it really was. Shout outs to another Ewok player here, Skips, getting 4th again. His Sheik is really freaking good. His Sheik's only getting better. Skips, keep it up, man. Keep it up. I want to see this Sheik. I want to see more of this Sheik. I want to see this Sheik blossom more, you know? It's awesome. But yeah, that pretty much wraps it up. Thank you, Whip, real name Jordan, for, our very first local, and another one in 2 days. So I'm really looking forward to that, and I cannot wait for that. All right, let's go on to the next. All right, guys. Next on the list, I'm going to tackle two of them. The last 2 things on this list. Starting it off, number 4, more locals. More locals in Siwa. Hooray. Yes. Wow. Oh, man. Oh, I'll probably cut that last part out. No, I won't. But anyways, more locals in Siwa. Yes, fuck yeah. I'm super, super, super on board. Like everybody else is. Before the locals were coming out, we were doing house brackets. Shout out to Slane for hosting Sesh at the Shack all the time. One of his bigger ones was like 25, 30 people. Really fucking good. And also, Slane, sorry. Also known as Emilio, real name. Thank you so very much, Emilio. You're awesome for that. And you're also awesome. Emilio, Slane, me and him are from the same town. We sesh all the time. Well, we don't sesh all the time. We used to in Smash 4 a lot more. We used to sesh a lot more in Smash 4. Now, we're seshing barely, but we're bringing it back. But either way, through all the sessions and tournaments, dude, thank you so very freaking much. And Slane has done so much for me. And not only for me, but for the community. So, like, big, big, big thank you to Slane. Also, Neos Battle City, another big one. And Neos, thank you so much. Real name Patrick, Neos, buddy, thank you for running those tournaments. Thank you for keep running them. It's just another big thing. And the good thing about Neos, where he's located at, is where we get our, I think he's like our 6th PR player. It's Muscle. So Muscle doesn't really like to travel too far. He's one of our better players that just doesn't travel outside the region. He barely travels to Tri-Cities, but those tournaments over there in Yakima really helped him show out. He also beat Flameblade at one of his tournaments. Got his sweet victory right there. So it was awesome. Thank you again, Neos. Thank you so very much. These guys were holding it down before these big locals were coming out. Tri-Cities Tumble, and now, since I've talked about Tri-Cities Tumble, so before I go on to another big local, thank you, Slane, and thank you, Neos, and thank you to everybody who's like sessions in between. Wapato guys, thank you so much. I've also went to Bladesy's before. Thank you, Bladesy's. Thank you, Wapato guys, and everybody else that I have sessioned with outside of brackets and stuff. Thank you so very much, guys. So now our 2 big locals, Tri-Cities Tumble, which I just talked about, and Hermiston Hitston. Big, huge shout-outs to Fat Kid. That is his tag. Real name, Skyler. Thank you so much, Skyler. Hermiston Hitston tournaments. I know he has his other buddy that was helping him. Take a drink of water here. I know he has his other buddy that was helping him, so I don't remember his name. I'm sorry about that, but thank you so much to everybody who helps Skyler. Everybody who helps Skyler run these tournaments and stuff. So thank you so very much. Like, Hermiston Hitston has been there for a while now. I'm really glad that they brought it back. They had a little hiccup at one of the venues, and Skyler right away, we had a little incident with our old venue, and right away the next Hermiston Hitston, or right away the next tournament, he already had another venue lined up. That guy was on it. Skyler, also a huge thank you to him. Right now, there is another Hermiston Hitston tomorrow, so I can't wait to do that. But I can never say it enough. Thank you guys so very much. I'm just loving it. More and more locals, more and more tournaments. I'm loving it. Please, Seawall, we need to keep it up. We need to keep it up, guys. Just please keep it up. Keep it clean. Keep it everything. Keep everything G. We want to keep doing these things, everybody. For the community. So it's awesome. I'm loving it. If somehow we get a third, I think that would seal the deal. It would be perfect. As of right now, Slane has taken a break right now from seshing and stuff and doing tournaments. Excuse me. Sorry about that. I know Neos is, he's going to be hosting tournaments here and there. He's talking about it, so I think he's going to keep doing his. So I got that to look forward to too. So as of right now, we got 3 tournaments here in Siwa. Being Neos's, sometimes maybe like a bi-weekly or something like that, and then Hermiston Hitston, and then Tri-Cities Tumble. So that's just awesome. Thank you so much, Siwa. Thank you to all the people I mentioned, as well. We gotta keep it up, guys. We gotta keep it up. And then I'm gonna go down to the very last thing. More locals to help all of us prepare for the last thing on the list, Port Priority. My goodness, the last thing on this list. Crazy thing, Port Priority. This is going to be my very first super duper major, where I'm gonna meet the best of the best in the world. Everybody's gonna be there. Well, mostly everybody's gonna be there. Mostly, it's gonna be fucking awesome. For sure. First things first, Port priority. You know, like all these locals, all these sessions, just preparing all of us for this big tournament. This is the tournament to show out right here. This is where I really want to try to do my best and go beyond that and just try to do a big showing. You know, first thing the players I really want to at least talk to and say hello. MK Leo, Meister, all of the Mexican brethrens, all of my Mexican brethrens, I want to say what's up to, and I will. It's going to be awesome. Maybe talk to them in Spanish, you know. It's going to be really, really, really cool. I also want to talk to, you know, if Tweak's going to be there, say what's up to Tweak. That'd be awesome. Also, H-Box. I want to see what's up to H-Box, too. That's going to be super cool. I'm just going to say what's up to all these people, take a couple photos, and maybe get an autograph or two. It's going to be fucking sick. And that's just, you know, the beginning. I already got a hotel booked for Port Priority. I'm going with my girlfriend. We're going to be staying over there in Seattle for 2 nights and 3 days. So it's going to be awesome. Now, Port Priority bracket is going to be insane. Nerve-wracking. It's going to be a bloodbath. I am 100% sure there's going to be a lot of upsets. Lots of crazy things going on. It's just, oh my God, I can't wait. I just can't wait for Port Priority, guys. I can't wait to see all my, you know, Seattle homies, all the Spokane homies, and all of the Oregon homies. You know, everybody. You know, everybody's just going to be there. It's going to be one big treat. I'm not going to lie. And when it's all said and done, we'll just see how it goes. When it's all said and done, for my future plans after Port Priority is I'm going to take a break from tournaments. I'll add this little thing in there. I'm going to take a break from tournaments and for maybe about a month. And then once December rolls in, I'm going to try to sign up for Genesis in December. Mid-December to be exact. I'm going to try to sign up for Genesis. So that's the next plan. Pretty much after Port Priority. But oh my goodness, super excited for Port, man. I don't even know what to expect, but all I know what to expect is hype. It's just gonna be so damn hype. I am all in for it and I can't fucking wait. Well, guys, we got through the list. Thank you very much for everybody who's stuck around this long and stuff, and I will definitely be doing more of these in the near future. I already got a couple ideas lined up and everything. It's going to be awesome, you know. But super happy to be a part of the community. Finally being a part of more of the PNW. People actually knowing me and stuff like that. Me talking to other people. It's awesome. It's just so crazy compared to when I first would go out of region compared to now. I remember back in Smash 4 when I would go out of region and I was a loner. I wouldn't talk to anybody besides my carpool. And like, I don't know. I didn't really care. I am a person that's mostly to myself a lot of the time. But don't get me wrong, man. After all this time and everybody greeting me, you know, with smiles and everything, it's awesome. It makes me just want to keep coming back for the community at this point, you know. So thank you so very much, PNW, for everything, and I hope to keep competing until Ultimate at least, you know, dies down or whatever, but we will see what the future holds. As of now, this is the conclusion of the very first Peace Vibes. Thank you very much, guys, for listening. And please stay cool. Peace.